Hey, how's it going? This is Will M Games 1775, and today is a great day because I just got 2 packages in the mail. One is from FedEx and the other one is from Amazon Prime. Actually, the FedEx one is from eBay. That's what I meant to say. But I'm going to open those up on camera so we can see what's inside, and we also can see if there's anything wrong that catches my eye right off the bat. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I think I'll start off with the one from FedEx. Appears to be really packed well. And I already know what's in here. Oops. Sorry to shake the table there. There is a lot of packing. That's a good sign. Starting to stick to the adhesive part. Okay. This is the I/O shield. I'm glad I didn't crush that with my hand. Alright. We'll go ahead and tear this box off the table. Alright, I have some scissors I can use to cut that so I'm not tearing anything up on accident. The other reason why this is a good day is that I sold some computer parts. Sold a GPU. I sold I believe it's a 1650 GTX OC edition. Well, they really wanted to make sure that this item was packaged well. And so since I already said that I had an I/O shield, you might already know what this is. And ta-da, it is a micro ATX motherboard. This is a Z87M Gaming MSI. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. It looks brand new. It looks like it's in great shape. Okay. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. By the way, I'm using a Sony Alpha 58. My other camera is a Canon T6i, which I might explain later. But this camera has a really good zoom on the lens. It's 18 to 35, and it does great. And that's why I'm using it. Alright, so let's open up the other one. We'll just put this one right there. Let's open up the one from Amazon. Or through Amazon, I would say. I know they have warehouses. I know they have folks, they have companies that aren't Amazon, but they ship for Amazon. They have their items. Oh, got some more. So it's a 16 gigabyte Viper Patriot memory. Viper. 2 sticks of RAM, DDR3, dual channel memory. Is for Intel and AMD, and it is 8 gigs each. Will give me 16 gigs, and it is, I believe it's 1800. I forgot the megahertz. I believe it's 1863. But it's going to be quite a step up from the motherboard and the RAM that I have now, of which will be on sale very soon. Actually, the RAM is already on sale in my area, which is on Facebook Market. And I'm not going to take this out of the package yet, The RAM, this feels like it's not cheap plastic. It feels like it's a good weight. Well folks, that's all I have. I will be filming the other segment when I start installing these items, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Hey, what's up everybody? This is William Game 1775, and today before you I have my productivity PC, and I can also game on it too, as I've been doing. So I just put everything back together, added the new parts yesterday, and I had to see what gaming was like, and it looks pretty good to me. Now, I did film part of installing the new RAM and the new motherboard. However, I had some technical difficulties, so not all that was filmed. So I'm just going to go over my parts and how much everything cost and where I purchased them and whether or not if it was used enough, because this is a somewhat of a budget friendly computer build that is more than capable of playing any game on Ultra, in my opinion. Yesterday I was playing Crew 2 and that game looked really good. I was getting at least 60 frames per second. So I'll just go over the build list, and I will have it posted too. The case is a Thermaltake Versa H18TG, and that was, and I'm just going to round up to the nearest dollar, that was $55 on Amazon new. The motherboard is an MSI Z87M Gaming Micro ATX LGA 1150, $81 on eBay, and it was used. The memory, as you can see, I only have 2 sticks of the Patriot memory, but I ordered 2 more sticks. Right now I have 16 gigabytes. But I know what folks are going to say, well, you only need 8. It's good to have 16, but 32 is overkill. Yes, I wanted to do some overkill. But it is Patriot memory. It is the Viper 3 DDR3 at 1600 megahertz. And so with the 4 sticks, and you only see 2 at the moment, that was $120 from Amazon new. The CPU is an Intel 7 4770K, and it was $200 on eBay used. The cooling is a Cooler Master Liquid 240, and that was $60 on eBay used. And all the fans, I have 6 fans in there, not including what's on the GPU. The 6 fans are the inexpensive, affordable. They're cheap, but they don't seem cheaply made. They seem to do a pretty good job. That one, or all those fans, were about $40 combined. But when you buy packs of 3, I believe it's packs of 3. And those are like the true RGB color. It looks great. And I'll turn it on here in a minute. And also, by the way, this case is a tempered glass, and that's off because I would have a major glare on the glass anyway, so I took it off. And those were purchased, the fans were purchased new on Amazon. The GPU is the MSI GeForce GTX 1060, 6 gigabytes, $150 local Facebook Market used. I bought it from a buddy I've known for a long time. He also cut me a deal. The operating system is on an SSD MX 500. It is 500 gigabytes, 3D NAND SATA M.2. It's also inside of like an adapter case, because I don't have, well, that's how it was set up on my last motherboard. I don't think this motherboard has the M.2 spot, but it might. I actually just thought about that now, and I'll look later, but those two items combined were about $60. The storage, excuse me, the OS hard drive and adapter both came from eBay. The adapter was new, and the hard drive, or the M.2 stick was about $44. It's probably actually less than $60. And the OS stick, or the hard drive stick, was used as well. The storage hard drive is a WL 4 terabyte, 64 megabytes cache, 7200 RPM SATA, 6 gigs slash, I'm not sure what all that means right there, so just know that it's a 3.5, it's an internal hard drive, and it was a eBay buy, refurbished, and it was $60. The PSU, the source came off of eBay, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. The PSU was new from Amazon. It is a power supply, 600 watt, semi-modular, 80 plus bronze, and it's made by GAMEMAX. And it's a RGB. However, you can't see it because the fan is facing down on the bottom, and it's RGB, so I don't really see the point of putting those lights on the inside. However, that was a very affordable semi-modular. That was my first semi-modular PSU. All the other ones have had all the cords connected to them. That was around $60 new. So altogether, the entire cost, minus the external CD-ROM drive on top, I use that to play some very old CD-ROM based games like Star Trek The Fallen, and I have the original Initial D also on CD-ROM. Altogether, this was $766. I did not include the refurbished key on the OS. For a Windows 10, that was about $5 or less. You can get those keys on eBay. They're super duper cheap, and they work. I haven't had a problem yet, and I think I've purchased like 3 or 4 since I started building computers for myself. And so I'm thinking about if this computer becomes something that I game a lot more on, I'm thinking about switching. You see, I have the EVGA GeForce RTX 2060 8GB GPU in my other computer. I'm thinking about switching that GPU over to this productivity one, because really, both the cards, even though one is a 6 gig, the other one is an 8 gig, they both pretty much do the same quality, and I can't tell a difference. All right, so if you look here, I tried my best to zip tie up some parts here. I might zip tie this piece right there so it looks like it's more together, and this one I couldn't help but it's there out in the open, you can see it, but it's also zip tied, and so the wires, like all the cables back here on the inside, on the back, I tried my best to ensure I didn't have any bunched up like metal, say like with a wire in between 2 pieces of metal, and those two will be pressing against each other, because over time there could be a breach in the wire. I've actually seen that happen, not with a computer, but that could start a fire, and I don't want anything to arc. I have this is part of the RGB. I also didn't include this into the pricing, but I have an RGB strip here, and I have one up here. Looks like I may have to put some more adhesive so I can keep that fastened there. doesn't really bother me. And so let's go ahead and turn this on so we can see how it looks. I didn't also include the price for my Fahrenheit temperature gauge. This tells me the ambient air temp inside the case. I just like to have some bells and whistles, and that's why that's up there. So I'm going to face the camera in front of the computer screen or the monitor. I didn't time it, but it seems to be starting up pretty quickly. I'm really happy and amazed with this build, and in my opinion, everything in the case looks amazing. This is the second computer I've built, and this is the second case that I've put everything into. I started off with a Dell Optiplex, I believe it was a 780. It had a T-Quad processor. I put a quad-core processor in it. I believe that's a Q9650, but that's how I got started, and it's just been taken off from there. And I'm just amazed with what I've done so far. I don't know if I could ever do this for a living or something on the side. This is just something I do for fun. I am, in the future, I will be studying for the CompTIA A+ cert, so I do plan to have that soon. And anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and all of you have a great day, and be safe, and just try to relax, and just don't stress out about what's going on around you. Try to hunt the good stuff. Think about what counts the most. And I'm hoping what's going on now is just temporary. I cannot wait for us to get back to how we were before. All right, you all have a good day. Goodbye.